Years old and not menstruating yet is a problem, and it can have different causes related to sports and being a really active girl. We do suggest to see a GP and get a referral to a gynecologist because you need to be menstruating when you're 17 years old. Contraceptive and sports, it can influence your performance. It can be positive or it can be negative, and it's helpful to discuss together whether you had experience with kinds of contraceptives, and then it's just trial and error, and it's really individualized what works the best for you. If you're a female athlete and performing at a high level and you used to have a normal cycle and now you don't have a cycle, you should be aware that it's not normal and you should see a gynecologist, because not having a menstrual cycle might be a sign of low energy availability, also in the light of the Red S syndrome, so it can have many health consequences. If a low energy availability is leading to not having a menstrual period, then it is able to become pregnant. You need a little bit of help with medication. If you're not menstruating and you have a bone fracture that mostly is a stress fracture, that can be a sign that you are suffering from osteopenia or osteoporosis, and that can be due to having low estrogen levels for already a long time, which happens when you're not menstruating. So if you suffer from getting fractures really easily and not menstruating, it's really important to let you refer to a gynecologist, because for the rest of your life you need your bones. If you want to know whether your menstrual cycle affects your performance, we really advise you to make a diary. To note every day for a couple of months, for a couple of cycles, how you feel, whether you have pain, whether you are motivated to train, whether you think you increase your performance, whether you can achieve your power, and then look back whether you see a pattern in performance in relationship to menstrual cycle. And this is really individual, so don't compare it to your teammates and use it in your own way. If you are a female athlete and you are pregnant, you can continue your training and your sports. It depends a little bit on what kind of sport you do. If it's really a contact sport, you might adjust your trainings. We don't see an increased risk of miscarriage, preterm birth, or growth restriction if you continue sporting. And as an easy instruction, you can use that it is allowed to train at max 90% of your heart rate. If you're not training with a heart rate monitor, you should be able to talk to your teammate or to talk to yourself or to sing a song while you're doing your sports, then it's safe for you and the baby. Once you have delivered, once you have your baby, it is able to go back into sports pretty soon. We advise you to first see a physiotherapist focused on, how do you say it in English, on the, on the pelvic floor physiotherapist, to check whether you have control over your pelvic floor muscles. And we advise to start with training core stability and pelvic floor muscles, and if you realize you can control them and you don't have sore muscles, you can in steps increase your intensity and your endurance. If you have more pain than just normal soreness, then you just did a bit too much and then do a step backward. But it is able to quite quickly go back into your training. But always see having had a baby as a big injury. Unfortunately, many women that are postpartum or that have had one or more babies think it's normal that you have urine incontinence problems, but it's not. If you have urine incontinence problems as a young mother, go to a pelvic floor physiotherapist, because they can help you avoiding these problems in which you can return to your sports without having the annoying complaint of losing urine. If you're suffering from heavy menstrual bleeding, that can be really annoying if you're a sports athlete, especially when you're an endurance athlete. You should know that there are treatment options with medication, not with medication, with hormones or with non-hormonal treatment to reduce your blood loss, and in that way you can be a happy sportswoman again. If you're 49 and you have a poor sleep quality, stiff muscles, you wake up in the night sweating, it might be that you're in your menopause. And if this also interferes with your sports ambitions, please see your GP or your gynecologist, because we can help you with giving hormonal treatment, reducing these complaints, and you'll be happy on the road or on your bike or in your running shoes. Thank you for watching this short video. If you want to have more information or do you recognize yourself in one of these previous mentioned complaints, please ask your GP or visit our website sportsandgyn.nl and see whether there's a sport-interested gynecology in your neighborhood, and we are really happy to help you so you can go back to your sports and enjoy it.